The Nile shows up and humans think, cool, there's water.
Farming starts, and people quit chasing animals early. Finally, fewer cardio workouts. Upper and Lower Egypt decide peace is cheaper than constant punching. Kings stack stones sky high just to shout, "Look, I'm important!" And when the Nile floods off-schedule Meadowvale, panic becomes the new festival.
And that's when someone thought, let's make everyone pay, for existing.
They couldn't read each other's handwriting, so they drew birds instead. They saw cats kill mice once and said, "Yep, definitely gods." Someone said, "Let's wrap Grandpa forever, just in case he wakes up." One guy says the sun's a god, and everyone agrees, because it's too bright to argue. The pharaoh says he's a god, and everyone nods because unemployment's scary.
Someone says, let's carve a lion with my face. Ego level, cosmic.
They invent papyrus and immediately waste it on receipts.
Pharaoh wants it finished before he dies no more. Spoiler, he doesn't make it.
Workers strike for better bread. Pharaoh offers exposure instead. They invented calendars just to blame someone when the Nile flooded wrong. They found old love poems, Mpate. Proof even ancient flirting was awkward. Pharaohs kept pet crocodiles because cats weren't dramatic enough. Engineers swear it's fine, right before gravity says otherwise.
When the Nile stops flooding, everyone realizes, oops, no plan B. Food runs out, but the priests say, try praying harder. Desperate neighbors see chaos and go, nice pyramids, we'll take those.
Pharaoh blames the weather, the gods, and finally, his advisor's astrology app.
And somehow, Egypt says, let's try ruling again, but with more paperwork. New pharaoh enters like, don't worry, I read the manual this time. They dig a canal to control floods, basically ancient plumbing flex.
Egypt expands south, then realizes neighbors don't like being expanded.
Palace gossip, who's the real heir? Answer, probably the most annoying one.
An architect builds a maze so big, even he gets lost in it. They start trading gold for incense. Basically ancient eBay without refunds. They make statues of every god concede. Production speed, insane. Quality, questionable.
Priests now manage everything, basically the first HR department.
They invent harps. Finally, something to distract from endless sand.
Empire's thriving pound, which, in history terms, means disasters next. The new kings prefer naps over ruling. Priorities on point.
Advisors steal so much, even the gods need auditors. Foreigners show up with horses and metal. Egypt brings optimism. The capital falls overnight. Everyone pretends it's a strategic retreat.
And boom, Fassi! Egypt gets new management. No training needed.
Thebes wakes up and goes, wait, why are foreigners in our palace? They borrow Hyksos tech and call it divine inspiration. They retake the capital. Celebration budget. One goat and a lot of shouting. Egypt expands again,
Nothing boosts morale like a fresh empire.
Peace, prosperity, and gold everywhere doing. Definitely the calm before the drama.
The pharaoh leads battles himself, but mostly for better selfies.
They conquer neighbors, then spend decades bragging about it.
They build temples so huge, even gods feel underdressed.
They invent diplomacy, basically passive-aggressive notes on papyrus.
Pharaohs now call themselves Sons of the Sun. Really, ancient rebranding level, genius.
Hatshepsut becomes pharaoh and the Venus, basically Egypt's first boss lady.
She builds a temple about herself. Subtlety, 0. They built too many statues. Now even taxes look smaller.
Thutmose III conquers everyone, mostly to prove he's not just a sequel. Egypt's richest era happened when gold was cheaper than common sense.
One pharaoh says, "One God only," and everyone pretends to agree.
They build a new city for the sun. It melts half the budget. Nefertiti. Beauty, power, mystery, and completely ghosted by history.
Priests lose power and say, "Blasphemy!" Translation, no more tips.
The Sun King fades. Turns out enlightenment burns. A kid becomes pharaoh, Egypt's boldest experiment in childcare. His advisors rule while he's busy learning how chairs work.
They restore the old gods. Political U-turn speed. Record-breaking. He marries his half-sister, because royal matchmaking is just a family meeting. The boy king dies mysteriously lamb. Historians still blaming furniture.
No one knows who's next. Egypt invents its first corporate vacancy.
A general says, "I'll protect Egypt." Translation, coup in progress.
The Queen marries him to keep peace. Ancient HR strategy.
She writes to foreign kings. Got a spare husband? Bold networking move. The plan fails, someone forgot. Trust isn't Egypt's strong suit. Ramesses II arrives like, "Move over, amateurs! It's main character time!"
He builds temples so huge, even the gods need parking space.
Ramesses charges in for Khafre, immediately forgets the rest of his army.
After fighting forever, they signed the world's first "Let's Chill" agreement. After Ramesses dies, Egypt throws a century-long hangover. After Ramesses dies, Egypt throws a century-long hangover.
They built too many statues, Ed. Now even taxes look smaller.
When wages drop, everyone suddenly remembers where Pharaoh's treasure is buried.
Invaders arrive. Egypt says, "Please take a number, one at a time."
After 3,000 years, Egypt sighs. Let someone else handle history.
Libyans, Nubians, Persians, Egypt's new trend. Foreign rulers of the month.
Then the Greeks show up like, "Nice pyramids! We'll take credit, thanks." They build Alexandria, Babylonia. Part Egypt, part ego project.
Then comes Cleopatra. Politics, beauty, and drama in one deluxe package.
Rome arrives, sees Cleopatra, and forgets they came for taxes. Cleopatra meets Mark Antony. Time, Egypt's new power couple with global PR. They throw parties so wild, even the gods file noise complaints. Rome watches and says, yeah, this won't end well.
Antony fights Rome, loses fast. Basically the worst breakup ever.
She takes the snake option, because drama deserves style.
Rome annexes Egypt, because who doesn't love free grain and drama?
Roman nobles visit pyramids like, cute, but where's the spa? Hieroglyphs vanish, scholars panic like students who skipped class. Centuries pass loop, temples stay. Everyone else rage quits history.
Thousands of years later, Egypt returns, now starring in every documentary ever.
Empires fade, sand stays fade. Nature's version of an edit button.
The pharaohs vanish, but their selfies, statues, remain.
Millennia later, everyone still argues about aliens and pyramids.
The Nile still flows, unbothered, unpaid, undefeated.
And that's Egypt, where time dies laughing.